I constantly hear how the next-gen flagship card will completely destroy the current one with its crazy architecture, 60% more cores and 50% higher bandwidth, but remind me, isn't the new card supposed to be faster than the previous one? Of course the RTX 4060 GPUs are excluded, but in almost every gen, Nvidia has managed to make a significantly superior flagship card. This is how the hype is building around Nvidia's next-gen RTX 5090 GPU, which once again is a popular talk in the gaming community. Recently, the prominent Twitter leaker Copilot leaked some info about the Blackwell data center GPUs. Not going into the details of those, but one thing that has been confirmed by the leaker is the common architectural name between the next generation data center GPUs and the RTX 50 gaming GPUs. So apparently the RTX 5000 cards will also be called Blackwell GPUs, and a rumor from last month by the leaker included 5 Blackwell chips that skipped the GB204. This time we are hearing about the flagship GB202, aka the RTX 5090 from Chip Hell Forums. The user Pencil Light disclosed the specifications uplift we are going to see on the new GPU. Keep in mind that this information is still a rumor, so the final specifications might differ. He said that the RTX 5090 will have a 50% increase in scale, which might be referring to the CUDA cores, 52% increase in memory bandwidth, 78% increase in L2 cache, 15% increase in the boost clock, all amounting up to 70% improvement over the 4090. This could mean that the 5090 might be 70% faster than the 4090, which is quite good and is similar to the performance uplift we saw going from the RTX 3090 to 4090. However, just as the 4090 became bigger and more power hungrier, the 5090 might see the same fate. If you remember, the RTX 3090 was way bigger than the 2080 Ti, then the 4090 was also bigger than the 3090 when it came to the AIB additions, and as per Nvidia's usual routine, the 5090 might actually end up being this big. Power consumption is another factor that might increase, as going from the 2080 Ti to 3090 we had an increase in TDP by 100 watts and another 100 watts going from 3090 to 4090. So the 5090 might end up getting a TDP of 550 watts, but of course I could be wrong in this unless we get some more insider reports. Moreover, be prepared to pay a hefty price because every generation Nvidia has increased the price of flagship cards significantly. Surely it wasn't that much going from the 3090 to 4090, but considering that the GPU market will lack competition in the higher end category due to the absence of any high-end GPU from AMD and Intel, Nvidia can price it whatever it wants to. Next, we finally have the official slides on Intel's Meteor Lake GPU architecture, which reveals the number of Xe cores, ray tracing capabilities, and many more new details. Being derived from the same architecture used on the desktop Arc Alchemist graphics cards, the Meteor Lake chips will feature Xe LPG architecture that will be adequate for both regular and endurance gaming. In this slide, you can see that Meteor Lake will be able to game on the regular gaming mode at 28 watts, while being also able to play games casually on the 10 watts mode. It's interesting to see that the GPU usage drops from 35 to 3% on the endurance gaming, which in my opinion won't be sufficient for a smooth gaming experience even on the low settings. However, Intel made some pretty drastic changes going from the XeLP to XeLPG architecture, where the newer iGPU will bring higher clock speeds on lower minimum voltages, larger GPU configuration, and more power efficiency. This will result in 2 to 6 times better performance than the iGPU present on the Raptor Lake chips. So definitely some huge uplifts as expected. Another slide reveals that the iGPU will feature 8 Xe cores, 128 vector engines, and even 8 ray tracing units, which is quite surprising to see. Now, it won't be able to play games with ray tracing on, but it can be quite helpful for companies for making gaming handhelds with Meteor Lake processors. Now, Intel has planned to launch the series officially on December 14th, so we have only a couple of months to see if Meteor Lake can replace AMD Phoenix APUs. And lastly, talking about AMD APUs, we got a big leak on the next-gen Xbox gaming consoles. According to FTC, Microsoft is set to release Xbox Series Refresh in 2024 that will include both Series X and Series X consoles. The Series X refresh is codenamed Project Brooklyn and is apparently going to cost $500. It is said that the console will be the most powerful Xbox ever and will be all digital. Similarly, the Series S refresh is codenamed Project Elwood and will cost $300. It will bring many improvements like Wi-Fi 6E support and low power standby mode, just like the Series X refresh. This one is supposedly launching in the third quarter of 2024 and the X refresh will follow in the fourth one. That said, they are also getting a refreshed Xbox controller called Sebile that will come in dual color design and will be bundled with the consoles at $99. Now there is one more major leak, which is about the next gen Xbox that is supposedly going to launch in 2028. This will feature a hybrid AMD Zen 6 and ARM CPU design along with RDNA 5 GPU. This is perhaps one of the very first time we are even hearing about such specs, but this will make it a beast gaming console we ever had. In this slide you can see that it will be able to perform next-gen DirectX ray tracing, dynamic global illumination and several other advanced stuff. Now one thing that feels quite absurd to me is how long Microsoft is taking to use Zen 6 architecture, because Zen 5 is supposedly launching in 2024 and Zen 6 might launch in 2026, so we are seeing a complete 2 years delay. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and also share your opinions on the RTX 5090. Lastly, hit the like button if you found the video informative and subscribe for more videos like this. Make sure to turn on the notifications to never miss any future videos, and I will see you in the next one.